Pastor Jack asked me to give a testimony on the Kleberg County in Domestic Violence Task Force. And this is not a personal testimony by any means. It's not a Kathy Kimball testimony. What it is, it's a testimony of the goodness and the love of our community and our faith-based Christian churches to see a need in our community and come alongside and seek solutions. So we're right now a very loose organization. It's a task force. I wouldn't even call it an organized organization. Because I was retiring, they decided I could be the chairman. Because, once you retire, you have all this time. Anyway, Perry Robinette, Kina Martinez, who's moved off, she just received her master's in guidance and counseling, but attends all of our meetings, our little leadership meetings through FaceTime and phone calls, and then Cindy Christensen is our secretary, and she takes great notes. But just to give you an idea of what we've done so far, keep in mind this is a grassroots movement. We want to provide support for victims, for our local women's shelter, although we do not have a shelter here in town. People who need that kind of protection have to drive to Corpus, and then also come alongside of our law enforcement. Through our meetings, we found out again that there's no women's shelter here. There's one victim advocate that works through the Purple Door that services Kleberg County and several others. And also we found out that law enforcement, because we do not have a women's shelter, often pays out of their pocket to have women, families, and it can be men also, to have a safe place and provide hotel rooms for them. We had 2 trainings last year that provided us with understanding of what domestic violence was, and then also how the court system works. There was a 3rd training, which was a multi-agency training, which really emphasized sexual violence. And then there was a webinar on how churches can respond. October 8th in Dallas, there's a free conference again on how churches and faith-based organizations can respond to members, because they could be families who are experiencing trauma like this. So what we've looked at so far is we've created our own email address, so we feel official now. We're moving forward. We've got a meeting this week to plan our next meetings for the fall. Summer's kind of crazy. Kathy was retired and was out of state many times. It was great. And so we're going to create flyers and just some information about domestic violence. And so right now we're going to focus on 3 areas. One of those is education. So we want to come up with what is it that we want to go and do to educate our community on what domestic violence is. Maybe that means making presentations like this one to our churches, or maybe it means going to the Rotary Club and saying this is what we need, and just going forth that way. And then support. And I love this part of it, because support means coming alongside people who are going to the court system and never saying a word and just being there as support. In the 6 months we've been doing that, we were asked one time to do that. We never even went into the courtroom. We were just there. The family knew that we were there. And when they came out, they were so excited that people from the community loved them enough to be there for them and just be there. And we formed this little hug line. It was amazing. And so that was very rewarding in itself right there, just to be able to support those people and never really have to say anything. And then the 3rd is fundraising. And we're still working on this one. Our thought at this time is to create like gift cards to give to the police department. The police department now has a victims advocate as of June 1st, and to work through them for that, because some people use the Purple Door, which is the women's shelter, and then some just go through the law enforcement. And then there's some out there that are not getting services from either area, and we want to make sure that we capture those in the sense that they know that they have opportunity and support out there. And it's not a lot of money. in 6 months, there has been very little need, and so, I mean, we're talking not hundreds of dollars and not thousands of dollars. And so if you're interested in that, in maybe coming alongside and helping somehow, we are getting ready. We'll post our next meeting dates probably next week. And we have a sign-up sheet. Stephanie Maynard and Perry Robinette will be out in the foyer. We don't have a lot of answers to your questions because we are a grassroots movement and we're just getting started. I'm going to escape about 10 till 12 because I've got to go take care of my mom. But they will be out there and be able to answer any questions. And so on that sheet, it asks for your cell phone and your email. And then if you are really interested in just helping fundraise, you can check that box. If you are retired and you think I could go down to the court system and sit in the courtroom with somebody, check support. If you're wanting to help with mission statement and flyers and making presentations, then that box. And if you're just kind of interested in all of it, there's a general box, or you just want more information, and we'll put you on our email list. But this is a wonderful opportunity for churches to be united, because you know me, I'm all about the body of Christ at Kingsville, Texas, and to support women and men and children that are going through a difficult situation. So thank you for allowing me to talk about the task force, and I hope that some of you will consider and prayerfully consider signing up. Thank you.